This is audio commentary. Ryan Thomas. Fuck yeah. Cover page. 11 times Ryan Faggot Thomas. You're looking at his page, right? And you see it. He's shooting laser beams. You got fancy fonts. Explosions in the corner. Jean pockets. The works. You're looking at this, you're thinking, wow. Animated very, very well. You get excited. I'm sorry. The rest of this book is... This cover took me an hour and a half. And it's traced too. It's not even original. Most of this is from the Scott Pilgrim cover. Not proud of copying, but I'm proud that I admit it. Next page, page 1. I gotta scroll to that. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This is Ryan Faggot Thomas. Every morning, Ryan wakes up at 6 a.m., puts his hands on his hips, and leaves his castle house. This is a pretty good page. Pretty good page. Ryan's bed is very tiny. Ryan's house is very large. Fucking shadow effect. You know it. You love it. Page 2. Okay, don't... Page 2. I'm sorry. This is my house, Ryan Thomas says with his hands on his hips. This is my house. Okay, page 2, you're probably thinking, wow, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. Yep. Of course, the book was not supposed to be written over the course of 2.5 years. But, you may not know, is that the book was supposed to be written in one night. And this is what happens when you get to the 3rd page and it's been 3 hours and you don't want to do it anymore, and then you say fuck it and you close your computer, and then next day you open your computer, you see what you did, you see it, and you're like, god damn it, and you open it back up and you try to fix it and it looks better, but this page is the single reason why this book took so long. It's... oh god. I want to vomit looking at it. Also, I didn't know what I was doing with Photoshop even at this point in time. Like, I had a broken version of Photoshop. The reason the cover page is the wrong size is because Ryan Thomas, oh, surprise, surprise, he gave me this version of Photoshop. He gave it to me when I wanted to make this book. And it's a pirated version of Photoshop that I was using for the first couple pages. And if you didn't save in the first 20 minutes, it would crash. And not until you crash, it would let you keep going. But we try to save after 20 minutes, it would say, not responding, LOL. And then you'd be like, what? So the cover page is actually a screen cap of the page, because I was not starting over. There was no way in hell. Next page. This was still on my laptop, but I think I was like 7 months have passed, and I was like, cartoony looks better because there's not as much like detail to get wrong. Ryan patrols his property with his hands on his hips. He yells at his crops. This is my house, Ryan says with his hands on his hips. This is my house. You notice that the corn, it's real corn. It's real corn. And I thought it'd be funny to have cartoon Ryan Thomas and live action corn, especially with a bubble going over it. I thought it'd be fun having one live action thing in the whole book. But as it turns out later, there's more than one live action thing in this book. Next page. Ryan eats breakfast, ham and eggs raw. Then he puts his shirt on. I didn't notice that he was naked this whole time. I was drawing nipples and everything, and I still didn't notice he wasn't wearing a shirt yet. That wasn't the plan. It's also the last page on my laptop with fake Photoshop. The words have so far looked funny. I didn't know what I was doing with words. I was drawing them and then drawing over them again because they weren't dark enough. God damn it. First page on my new computer with the tablet. You can tell. Look how beautiful it is. Ryan gets on his horse and patrols his house again. This is my horse, Ryan Thomas says with his hands on his hips. This is my horse. Once again, Ryan Thomas is interacting with live action objects like horses. The plan was here. I couldn't draw a horse. Not for my life. I get a horse from Google Images, put it in the page, and then I just trace it, you know. But I saw Ryan on this majestic horse, and it's his ugly white face, and I'm like, you know what? That's good. That's fine. Next page, kind of an accident. Antonym. Opposites. Ryan then puts his hands on his hips and goes inside. Ryan Thomas is so rich he can afford to kill 2 horses per day. For lunch, Ryan has a slice of American cheese on white bread. He is a boring person. Ryan Thomas is a very boring person. You should know this. That's what he eats for lunch every day because he can't think of anything else. You see on the table, bag of Doritos. Always eating Doritos. I don't know why Doritos. He just likes Doritos. The killing the horses part, I had to invent because after on the previous page, he is riding 2 different horses because originally they weren't completely colored. I was like, how can I justify Ryan riding 2 different horses? Well, there. Fuck you. Ryan comes in after a hard day of work. Ryan then wrecks shit at Halo with his hands on his hips. He doesn't need his hands because he's Super Hacker Pro. That is me in the box throwing my controller because Ryan's hitting me at the car. This is... You want to know about what this page and the next page, it's in the audio commentary for me making this pages that went better than expected but still terrible. Along with everything this book is related to. Next page. This is my bitch, Ryan Thomas says with his hands on his hips. This is my bitch. This page was the biggest surprise if you saw me draw it. It was a mess that kind of just fell together, kind of like 9/11, and just okay. Thanks, guys. Thanks for this mess that came together pretty well. Right now, it's 2:20. I finished work 2 hours ago. The video me doing the book is still rendering. It's 60%. Merry Christmas.